Thank you, Alexander, for speaking to Arabian Reseller. Alexander is from Dynabook, and we'll be talking about how the workplace has evolved over the last couple of months, and what kind of products and solutions does Dynabook offer for the workplaces today. So thank you, Alexander, once again for speaking to Arabian Reseller.
Yes, Chris, my pleasure, and thanks a lot for hosting me. And then, by the way, I think you've done a couple of other things for Dynabook and our, let's say, our sort of expansion to Middle East. So we do really appreciate that. You have some time for us for coverage, and then that's really nice of you. Thank you. So, and thanks for hosting this recording.
Thank you, Alexander. So we'll start with a brief about the products and solutions that you offer for today's workplaces.
Yes. So very good. Yeah, that's actually a very good question. And let me maybe before going into the products, just highlight a couple of things from the history, maybe background of what is Dynabook, because some people might ask questions. What is Dynabook? Who are these people? Yeah. So Dynabook background is that we are a dynamic, innovative company and brand built on the legacy and the heritage of Toshiba. So, and I think listeners might know what is Toshiba. And yes, an industry leader, Toshiba launched its first laptop, back in 1985, followed up by introduction of next laptop, basically in 1989. So basically, this took events, these two kind of innovations in computing industry, basically define today's not just Dynabook Toshiba market, but overall computing market as it is. And so that's basically who we are. So Dynabook, again, company based on the heritage of Toshiba. And so key points, let's say, of our business today, we are not just producing, notebooks, but we design and manufacture own laptops on our own factory. And it's going basically right down to the BIOS, and that's actually a very important point. I think specialists would know what I'm talking about. So that's BIOS software based, and which runs under the Windows. And then if you have that kind of exposure, then you can do a lot of unique things. Besides that, Dynabook offers more than just hardware. With its engineering team and expertise, what I mentioned, more than 35 years of Toshiba heritage, Dynabook also creates and tailors real solutions, and that basically which we can integrate into real life latest technologies. And then basically, that's another kind of pillar. And as also a leader in this computing devices, also Dynabook, we design and we produce leading edge computing smart glasses and assisted reality solutions. So that's basically three main points what I wanted to highlight, key points. So basically, then now we go to our let's say computing range, and at a glance we talk about, first one is our premium business ultimate range, Protege. And I think, Chris, you might also have heard this name, Protege, before from Toshiba days. And this one is designed really for those who demand the very best in mobile computing devices. And that's basically, we talk about here also very lightweight and ultra slim devices, which, equipped also with premium technology, and that's we have to stress on this. And then second one is business advanced range, so-called Tecra. Also, people might know this name from the past, from Toshiba days. And this one is designed also a kind of mainstream workhorse. That means, so this is the really daily business people devices, which are also advanced. They're exceptionally portable, very well connected and secure. That's also to emphasize. And then last one in the range of, let's say, on the computing machines, notebooks, that's our business range, which we call Satellite Pro. And it's basically ideal introduction into the business environment, business computing. And that's basically our, let's say, range of the notebooks. And then we, on that basis, also we follow with our solution business. And then our next item is Dyna Edge DE100 with the AR 100 viewer smart glasses, and that's basically Dynabook's Windows-based edge computing device, and that it was specifically designed for the people, for the enterprise people who are, let's say, doing frontline work. So for frontline workers, and yeah, that's main point of this device is people are hands-free working on the front line. And last but not least, that's our kind of also premium device, really special solution. We call it mobile zero client solution, and that's, yeah, as the name it says, it's really a solution for security. Security means that people staff empowered to work on the move, and then the ad hoc. And those devices we translate into our, let's say, main portfolio, and they are used on the chassis of Business Ultimate, A30D machines, Business R50D, and Business A50D devices. Yeah, I think I don't know, Chris, if you know, but we recently also launched new in Tegra segment. We launched new 14-inch A40J device, and also Tegra 15-inch A50J. That's if we talk about, let's say, products which were launched recently into this products I just described above. Also for special design for education model called Satellite Pro E10S. That's the one of the newest introductions on the market. And then, yeah, that's how we drive the business right now. And that's how we basically, that's how we shape the workplace of today.
So when we talk about the workplaces of today, how do you think technologies can help businesses grow? Because right now, people working from office, people working from home, on the road, technology plays a very central role in terms of business growth. How is Dynabook helping fuel the growth for businesses?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. And I think it's a no-brainer. You know yourself, we all sit now in this year and a half of kind of permanent, let's say, lockdown, isn't it? And then, depends on the corona situation. So it's now the whole industry technology is also shaped around this COVID-19 pandemic. And so the pandemic really sped up the need for digital transformation. And then basically, this projects based on this kind of pandemic situation are popping up all around us. And yeah, so that's why we see huge exposure to the new technologies, and partially we're talking about today. And so basically also, it's not a secret that this hybrid working, digital collaboration and secure hardware concept will basically gain or did gain already significant traction, and then they will stay in the future. And that's how technology is going right now. And basically, there are new flexible workforce demands from especially business mobility solutions enables reliable workplace technologies. For example, like to be lightweight, portable, powerful, durable. And then that's when we come to Dynabook. And then last but not last, again, security. Then not to forget that fast data transfer, like with 5G. So then this is also driving the kind of technology growth. And yeah, things, again, to repeat myself, the security, and that's where, again, our solution with the zero client comes to play. And last but not least, the wearables like, again, assisted reality solutions, in our case with the special glasses, which basically, yeah, they assist in this kind of environment to avoid this contact and to avoid the collateral with the sickness. Yeah, and then, yeah, that's, I think I covered most of what is right now on the market with the technology driving the growth, business growth.
Okay, that's quite interesting. And when you look at, say, economic recovery for companies or markets, Do you see many companies accelerating their digital transformation efforts over the past couple of months?
Yeah, it's been immense. So, excellent question, because this economic recovery is also, now we see it on this huge demand on our side. We have, of course, a lot of shortages now due to this exponential economic recovery. And according to a recent research by Dynabook, this shift to remote and hybrid working sees 2/3 of IT decision makers, they see this kind of increase in their IT spend in 2021 as we speak now. So this year, and remote IT support, we talk about 50%, cloud-based solutions 50%, and again, cybersecurity infrastructure 48%, and that's what been highlighted in this research by top IT investment priorities by IT managers, IT decision makers. And then, we talk about the use cases and capabilities for this recovery, this enormous automation and robotics. So that's, things like IoT, that's all what is really immensely driving this recovery. And as a subsequent vast swathes of data created by IoT, solutions needs to be carefully managed, and so that's why these new introduced technologies into this mix, such as edge computing, are kind of key in this particular example. Then another example of use case would be manufacturing example, where again we talk about IT, AR, artificial intelligence, AI, machine learning, ML. So that's all. That's all what is preparing the future and emerge from when we come back from a pandemic time, and then will also fundamentally change the whole thing to the better. That's our belief. And let's say in these use cases, we see it in everyday life. And the SCM and supply chain management case, when we see not only in production and manufacturing, but we see the companies, growing immense, like Amazon. Like if you talk about Middle East, Amazon or Souk, yourself, probably we all order so much now online. So that's another kind of use case we should also talk about. And so I think that's to kind of summarize that these innovations are increasingly, like what I mentioned, use case increasingly important to given the transition towards the e-commerce and in the current climate. And so that as I already said, we have almost 50% increase in online purchasing. So that's basically, I hope it answers your question.
Yes, it does. And one of the things that you also mentioned when you spoke about new products and solutions from the company is a focus on the education sector through your satellite series as well. What kind of investments has the company made into the workforce of tomorrow when it comes to technology innovations for students?
That's again one more good question. So and luckily, Dynabook was into this segment for education in the last actually 30 years. So markets like UK, for example, one good example. So where we have Department of Education in the UK has been working with the Toshiba now with Dynabook for past 30 years, and that's why, as I mentioned in the beginning, that one of these new products we launched recently, Satellite Pro E10S, specifically tailored to this market. And that's why, again, in this case with the Department of Education in the UK, we have this laptops for schools program. And then basically this program, again, before even was kind of tailored before the Corona time, and now really benefiting from this pandemic, in the sense that this fantastic project involved in that Dynabook is providing now 200,000 laptops and tablets for disadvantaged kids. And again, in this environment, that's priceless. And that we have this kind of also project spanning not only in UK but across, let's say, Western Europe, into the Spanish market, French market. Currently, as we speak, I'm working also in a couple of the projects with the team in Middle East. We try to also push this kind of educational agenda, and also in Eastern Europe we have a few big projects also currently we work on, and so that's the workforce of tomorrow. And again, back to the point, when the corona is hopefully one day is gone, then I think these new technologies, especially like in education, and I think they will stay. So this hybrid learning, will stay. So like I was watching the news recently, and then, for example, depends on the country. Of course, some countries are unique. Like Russia, for example, Ministry of Education, they said even though they don't believe into the kids, let's say, studying from home, remote, still you see these new schools, they approach to this kind of concept of hybrid. So all the classes equipped now with the notebooks, with the mobile solutions, with the so kids, in the worst case, again, they will not stay in the class. They will take the laptop, notebook with them, and then maybe work remotely. So that's how this that's our also innovation is driving and shaping workforce of tomorrow. And of course, the kids who will use now laptops, notebooks now in the school environment, they will continue doing this in the business environment or in their work daily environment. Yeah, we are. After this 1 year of pandemic, unfortunately, last year we skipped the GITEX event, biggest event in the Middle East and Africa. So we are pleased to be present now this year on the GITEX event. So you're welcome to join us and to
of course,
booth and see all those innovations, new products live at our booth end of October.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I look forward to seeing you as well. Thank you, Alexander, for speaking to Arabian Reseller. It was nice speaking with you and getting an information on the latest innovations and solutions that Dynabook is working on. And I hope to speak to you again in the future as well.
Okay, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care.